Ooh.
Right, hold
No,
on. Right,
we've got no sound.
we should have sound now. We should have sound now. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. It was basically me explaining that I'm always better. Scott saying Scott's always better. And then I was going on to explain how I'm taking a rainbow of different tablets in order to get my body functioning again. Right, we are joined for the first time by Lee. Lee, how you doing, man?
Not bad, mate. Not bad for a midweek night, I suppose.
So, we've got a few things that we can chat about this evening. Thanks, George, for pointing out the sound issue. Once again, I failed to press the right buttons, even though I told Scott really confidently just before we went live that I've got this nailed down now, and I don't have to worry about how this works because I know. And then I went and did the same thing as I did in the first week, where I left the sound switched off.
That's what you're doing it, brother. So I don't have the pressure of like, right, okay, let's make all this work.
Ah, well.
So,
we're on air now.
But yeah. Sorry, I was going to say, so hello to George. Hey, George. Kirsty. Kaz. Mandy. Good evening. Nice to see you all. Hello. Hello. Hi, Lee, George. Yeah, there you go.
Evening.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying about all the marvellous Blacklist things that we're going to talk about this evening and maybe some others?
All the marvellous things. I was going to say, obviously, I think the biggest news of the week for us was the announcement that we'll be playing Wildfire Festival next year, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah. I've been in Scotland for a while.
No, as it stands, that's our first festival. I'm going to flash the poster up on the screen for those who haven't seen it. It's a very gorgeous purple affair.
Yeah, it was a good poster.
I like the poster. I like the poster. There it is.
Quite proud if we've done that ourselves. Nice. Well, that's looking pretty nice.
So that's first to the 3rd of July. We're on the Sunday.
Yeah, that should be interesting. See how many people are still alive on the Sunday. I've actually played a festival in Scotland with Lee before. Isn't that right, mate? If you remember that one.
It was Saturday.
We played the. Yeah. There were tales to tell, but we'll I think break Lee gently into the Blacklist before we regurgitate all those tales. I did meet Bears at that one. That was a bit random.
Bears.
The Bears from the days.
Yeah. Is that the dancing dude?
What's that?
Is that the guy that just danced on stage?
Yeah, the guy basically dances and just like you twist him a melon, man.
He's kind of where I want to get to in Black Lakes. I don't want to have to do anything other than just maybe like a little bit of shimmying around on stage.
That'd be amazing. Although, I was at Bringley the other week and they had loads of dancers.
They did.
And I was kind of like, are we at the point where, is it all right to have like, is rock choreography all right? There you go. That opens the first debate of the evening. Is it okay to have rock choreography? What am I saying? What am I trying to...
James can do all the dancing.
That's true.
He already does. He does most of it for us as it is, so...
Yeah, he's dancing monkey man.
Thank you very much, George, for the congratulations on Wildfire. And he was right there about
Thank you.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Hopefully there'll be more festivals. I'm sure there will be. Not that we're saying anything, but yeah, that may be the first one of the season. So super stoked to be playing that, and thank you for everyone at the Wildfire Festival. We should mention Guy B as well, really, for pushing us hardcore to get on that festival. So
hooking us up. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've got things to come before that. We've got gigs booked before that. Up next, November 12th at the Green Rooms. After Smoke Clears.
That's going to be fascinating because we are going to be that's going to be a heavy bill. I think we talked about that the other week. So I know, Lee, you're probably looking forward to that one quite a bit.
Yeah, it's Friday night as well, isn't it? So it's good.
I know you like it a little bit tasty sometimes, so I reckon there's going to be a fair few pits going off on that one, which should be quite interesting.
The harder it is to read the band name, the more Lee's likely to like the band.
That is true.
True story.
I hope he doesn't mind me saying, but I remember chatting to Lee once, and he was somewhere with it, and then this complete random came up to him and went, "Fair play, mate. That's the spikiest T-shirt I've seen for ages." Like, what band was that? What was the logo you had in your T-shirt, mate? I can't remember.
I can't remember, but I still talk to that guy, funny enough. That was years ago.
Oh, do you know him?
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
Well,
met him in a HMV buying, I think we were buying CDs. So yeah, back in the day when he bought CDs. 90s probably.
No, it's just funny enough, we were going to talk about that. Oh,
buying,
wow. That's
buying
cool.
CDs.
You should come to Rockstock next month, hang out with all of us nutters. Nice.
I've hung out with you already, George. It was an experience.
Yeah. Don't we have cash though? Isn't the Rockstock when we're at the Thunderbolt or
Is that
at
the 25th of November? We're at Thunderbolt.
Yeah. So I think we're already booked. Sorry.
So I want to go back to something you were just saying about buying CDs.
Yeah.
I'm going to go off on a tangent for a second. I had to sort something out in my attic, and I wanted to put some stuff up there, but I couldn't quite bring myself to put my collection of memorabilia from a certain band up into the attic in case it got water damaged. So
Steps.
Yeah, Steps. Yeah, you got me. So all of my hymn merchandise is currently stacked up now in a corner of my office, and I was looking at it thinking, like, the amount I probably spent in total on hymn merchandise it's got to be borderline embarrassing.
You reckon £7?
Yeah, it's got to be close to double figures now. And I just I wondered if you guys have got any bands that are similarly, you're happy for them to take your money.
Steps is getting some love from Mandy Snowblood. You got a double razzle for that, mate.
Why not? Why not?
Comment. And it's George is saying obviously it's in Treco Bay for the Rockstock, and apparently Claire's going to sneak out to watch us. Shh. It's not far though, really, Treco Bay. So maybe we could do a little bit of a look at that.
What, for Bristol?
Look at that.
That's what it's not that far now.
Yeah, it's not that far, is it? It's doable.
How far?
We could do that. I mean, I'm similar. Well, there's certain bands that I've splurged the cash on. Yes, asking you. Yes,
yeah.
Mandy Snowblood. Who do you splurge the cash on? But also, we've had a bit of an internal debate in the band. How many of you guys genuinely now still buy CDs? Or is it vinyl? Or do you just stream? Or do you do all three? So, I mean, I don't know about you, Will, but for me, if I'm really into the band, I'll still buy the vinyl if I can, but a CD if that's all they've got. But then I never actually listen to the CD. I still would stream it on Spotify or Apple Music or something. So be really interested. You kick this off, Lee, big time. We've got Backstreet Boys love happening at the moment.
I mean, I'm very much still into my physical CDs. I just like having something tangible that I can own, you know?
Sure.
It depends where it's from for me. I bought CDs, but at gigs mostly. Yeah, I won't order a CD from online. I'll buy vinyl or CDs at gigs. Other than that, it's streaming for me.
Yeah, sure.
I haven't got a record player either, but I'll buy the vinyl.
I've got two record players. I've got a really cool Bluetooth one now, so you can cast the vinyl to any of your speakers.
That's cool.
So you can smack your Iron Maiden on and whatever, and then it'll come across the house. Which is, I thought that was the moment I was like, all right, that's doable to play vinyl again because I can actually hear the crackle.
Have you got any Backstreet Boys on vinyl?
That's also being asked.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start that though. Come on, we should out ourselves. Most embarrassing vinyl or guilty pleasure that you own on vinyl that people might not know about.
I don't own much vinyl. I think the only vinyl I own is him ones because I was a collector. But other than that, I don't own any vinyl, really.
But what about like embarrassing CD or guilty pleasure that you own, Will?
Oh, the thing is, like, as I've got older, I've decided that there isn't really like guilty pleasure is an odd phrase and should be reserved for things that are potentially a bit dark for society that you do behind closed doors, not the music you choose to listen to. I mean, I've got the greatest hits of 5 in my CD collection, and I'm going to tell you there are some good songs on that CD.
Nice. I would struggle to remember a single 5 song.
Oh, come on, man. They were 5 bad boys with the power to rock you.
So Claire is apparently a Backstreet Boys fan. I'm vinyl and CD and tapes if the band bring out tapes too. Cool. Funny.
Tapes coming back, man. Strange.
I found my box of tape today, right? So I literally today I've handled my Paradise Lost like Kerrang sampler from back in the day and my bloody what was on there, Cathedral and My Dying Bride, Wasp. I found all my cassettes today. And I was looking for them. I was clearing out a room and come across those of them. On vinyl and CD and tapes too for Band Romance. Maybe we should do some tapes. My thought is if the artist goes through to the trouble of coming out with a cool album and artwork, I want to support that.
Yeah, that's my sort of shape for it, really. That's why I've always bought them at gigs. I'll buy the T-shirt, I'll buy the album. Do you know what I mean? At a gig, I tend to.
Long may there be people like you and Black Sunshine that exist in the world, mate, to help us all out. I work in a hiding shop, so all my house is full of record decks. Nice. I'm not sure whether you mean hiding shop. I think it might mean record shop. I don't know. Music shop, don't know. Oh, hi-fi shop. I just saw the correction. I own Barbie Girl on pink vinyl by Aqua. Wow, that's impressive.
That tops your 5, mate. That tops 5. That's the winner so far for me.
That's a stunner, yeah.
I remember that one. I'm not that big on stuff, but we do have lots of Nickelback CDs, including the singles Roosters and Little Angels. 5, If You're Getting You Down, hell of a tune. Kirsty Nixon. Nice. And then Seaton saying downloads are so remote. I think it's safe to say that everyone on the Blacklist is clearly going to buy the physical. If they've not already, they probably have. I don't know. But that's good to know. Does anyone remember Fuzzbox? I had the Fuzzbox record. There's a song called Pink Sunshine, an International Rescue. And I was always quite ashamed of myself for having that. And then a couple of years ago, I went, let's go back and have a listen to that on Spotify. I was like, actually, that's quite rocking. I didn't feel so bad.
Was it like a Thunderbirds tie-in?
What's that, sorry?
Was it like Thunderbirds tie-in with the International Rescue thing?
Yeah, literally, yeah, kind of. It didn't really have the samples of Thunderbirds, but it was calling International Rescue. I think it was more of a, I don't know.
That was pretty bloody awful. That was awful, mate.
Well, I was quite young at the time, so I forgive myself. But yeah, I was impressed by the fact that it still had quite some guitars and some raucousness in it, so I didn't feel so bad.
So talking about buying CDs to appreciate the artwork, etc. Is it worth chatting about our artwork and the fact that we've just, as of Monday, put it in the bin and decided to start again?
It's.
See, I didn't know that. I wasn't at that meeting.
It's all a process. I think like you said last time, it's all about getting something that we think that we're proud of, and it was decent, but you don't get that. That was amazing. And I think what we're doing now is maybe closer to being amazing. So hopefully we'll get something good. Yeah. So it is difficult, and so it's amazing to hear people appreciating the love for the artwork and everything, because we do put a lot of thought into that, and I think you're right. Anyone ever bought something out on the stream just because of the artwork? It's definitely happened to me. I remember being at Reading and seeing like a cool. I was like, wow, that T-shirt's cool. I reckon I like that band. And then about an hour later, I saw the tent hacked out, and I couldn't get in. I was like, what is this band? And then later it turned out to be Pendulum. I was like, okay. So yeah, I really like that in silico image. That was really cool.
I used to do it every month when I got paid. When I was living in Bristol, in inner Bristol, I used to go every single month. As soon as I got paid, go down to HMV or wherever, and just buy a couple of things I knew I wanted, and then at least one CD just purely based on the artwork. Just give it a punt based on the artwork.
Yeah.
I found some absolute crackers doing that. I also bought some absolute awful stuff as well, but I found some really what was the album? Crown the Empire. I think the album's called Retrograde. It's an awesome album. Like I bought that just purely based on the cover. Just gave it a punt, and it was really cool.
I think I've seen them. I'm sure they were supporting of Mice and Men in Cardiff.
I've done that as well before. I've done that. Certainly in my youth.
In your youth.
Picking up albums going, bloody hell, that's awesome. Isn't it? Like a Bubbly Angel Blessed and Sick, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The Dismember, like they were throwing the stream, and just the artwork, and you think, wow, that's going to be amazing. And it was. So.
Exactly. I remember looking at Sepultura Arise and going, wow, that is the maddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's going to be heavy.
And at the time it was.
Yeah.
George says, in 20 years, when you're rich and famous, you can bring out the old artwork and cash in. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Especially as you climb the mountain to get it.
I also like the comment that he said, I have a limited edition picture disc of Ed the Duck. Probably worth at least a tenner.
Oh, I'd missed that. What a gem. Ed the Duck.
Yeah, I remember Ed the Duck.
Yeah.
Used to hang out in the broom cupboard with Noel Edmonds? No.
Yeah, no.
Philip Schofield?
What was it? I think it's Philip Schofield.
Philip Schofield.
No, No, I think it was Andy Crane that did the duck.
Andy
It was Philip Schofield that
Andy
Golden
Peters.
Gopher, didn't he?
Wasn't it?
No, I don't think. Oh, maybe it was Andy Peters as well. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting really obscure now, like kids' TV presenters and their puppet animals.
That's all right.
But,
We go wherever the mood takes us.
Exactly. I love this. I've got to shout this out. I bought the Placebo debut on the artwork. Love a bit of Placebo. Funny enough, never liked that album art. I was like, nah, it's a bit. I liked some a lot of their other stuff, but that one, I had the record, loved the record. But
what was the first album?
Didn't like. Pure Morning was like, that was my big Placebo moment. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
What was Placebo's first album? I don't even know what the cover was.
Oh, I'm trying to. I think.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
I'm going to get instantly corrected by George here. I've got a feeling it might have just been called Placebo. They had Bruce Christine on it, though. That was the biggest single at the time. And then.
Yeah, so.
36 Degrees, I think, was the other one. I remember I listened to that record a lot. But yeah, no, I like Placebo. I've got a lot of time for them.
I go in and out with Placebo.
They
Oh yeah, I know that picture. A little boy,
James,
a little boy in a
upsetting.
red jumper, looking sad, was the cover. George says.
Yeah, that's pretty exactly it. In fact, if they weren't so far away, I'd go and grab the CD now. I've still got it. I've got that on CD. I've got a lot of this on that CD. It was a boy in a blue and red jumper in the background. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I have to be in the mood for Placebo. They're one of those bands that I kind of sometimes I'm like, yeah, this is really good, and other times I can't bear listening to it. I don't know.
What I like about Placebo is if I ever think my song's like is a bit whingy or a bit miserable, then I listen to Placebo and go, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I do that. I do that every time I tell myself, "Oh God, I hate my voice. It's too nasally." I go, "Well, if it's worked for somebody else."
Exactly. If Placebo can be that miserable and that nasally, everyone else is fine. Right?
Yeah, we should be okay. We should be okay.
Yeah, no, I really like it, but I understand why that voice might put some people off. But personally, yeah, I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. It works okay. But then I love a bit of misery. So you know, if the music's miserable, I'm probably going to be on board.
So I'm thinking next week on the Blacklist. I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself or anything, but we may even be able to be in the same space at the same time, rather than having to do everything remotely, which would be a much nicer way of doing this, I think. That's quite an exciting prospect.
Yeah, indeed.
And it means we can bring more things in on these live streams, such as music, playing things.
Guitar.
And things like that. So I think I'll put a thing up in the Blacklist community. I know that some people aren't on Facebook, so I apologise for that. We are still looking into ways to make the Blacklist more inclusive for those that aren't on Facebook. But maybe there's some legs in asking people, would there be a song that they may want to hear acoustically that we've released to date that we could do live off the cuff next week on the stream? Just gonna put that on us right now, and I should probably vet my thoughts before they come out of my mouth, but I didn't, and now it's too late.
Yeah, nothing by 5.
Well, it could be one of our songs. It could be one of our songs. We'll just load some boy band music lyrics into the middle of it, into the bridge.
Nice.
You can accidentally. Go on.
This is the kind of comment. Any and all. There we go. Any and all. We can play anything. That would be pretty cool.
Nice. Ghosts.
Ooh, ghosts. Yeah, that would be doable. In fact, well, it's like could actually.
Yeah, sure. I don't think we'd be able to do it remotely like this anyway, because of the time differences between.
Oh no, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't.
We've tried it. We've tried it with trying to write and record stuff, and it's a bloody nightmare.
You almost sounded well, Sam Will.
What, just then?
It's a bloody nightmare.
It's a bloody nightmare.
Oh, I tell you what, right? I was on the stream and then I came out all Welsh.
There you go. It's happening. I've been hanging around with you long enough. I'm
We're gonna
full Welsh by the end of it.
We're going to adopt you as an honorary Welshman, sir. Fine. Your dad's Welsh, though, isn't he, Will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so you're Welsh, all right?
I can play for the Welsh rugby team. Apparently, he's always told me that. I've always told him there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that I can't play for the Welsh rugby team, but apparently by the rules of the system I can. We're getting a lot of votes for Ghosts, four in a row.
Ghost, I would second Ghost, I would third Ghost. Ghost would be nice. Like wow, everyone's
interesting. Yeah.
Feeling the love for Ghost. Thank you very much. That's always very nice. Always very nice. Amazing.
Do you reckon Ghosts? I was going to say, do you reckon it's the sort of softest song on the album in terms of the content, but actually I don't know now that the new stuff's in the can, we might be I
mean there's so many possibilities, and again for those of you we're still sat on these, and those of you that are in the been kind enough to donate to the GoFundMe for the album, obviously we've got the stripped back sessions that were played on the radio a little while ago now, but we're still sat on those. So for me, I always really loved the way that Dissident sounded on that, ironically enough. It just seemed to translate itself really nicely to acoustic. So
George has asked, what song would you like to cover? What songs are your jam, Scott?
Wow, man, what a crazy question that is. I don't know. I'm going to. Lee hasn't. You know me. I've got a big mouth. I talk too much. So Lee, what would you like to cover? What would be like something that you think that would be cool to do, live or like do a version of?
Don't know. I'd like what we've sort of done. Well, we've all sort of done things in the past, but taking a song and making it. No, not just doing it like a typical sort of metal cover or something. Just taking something left field and then making it. Metal. you know what I mean, don't you?
I do.
But I can't think of any off the top of my head. But you know,
it is difficult when you want
some of the bit obscure. But before, like I can't remember that one who did like the Kate Bush and all that. They did that sort of cover, didn't they? And that was really good. Was it Run Up the Hill?
Oh yeah, Placebo.
Placebo.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah. Okay, there we are. So it's like taking something a bit that you wouldn't bring into the sort of rock genre and rockifying it.
Exactly.
That's more interesting for covers to me than just doing a straight cover.
I agree, because I mean, it's I love playing certain riffs and certain songs, but you've got to be not careful. But it would be so easy to do, like Paper Cut by Linkin Park or something. But it's like, it's a bit on the nose, isn't it? So
I'd love to do Paper Cut by Linkin Park.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, I love Linkin Park, so that'd be good. But yeah, I mean. Don't know. I've done Faithless Insomnia before, and Fleetwood Mac The Chain to varying levels of excitement. And obviously, there's a YouTube video I think of You and Me, Will, when we did a little bit of Wicked Game. But I think unfortunately that one's been done to death a bit, and no one's ever really improved on the original. So probably should.
It's a good version, though.
I liked our cold evening spent in your garden trying to get that nailed. It was fun.
Although I think, interestingly, again, I don't know whether that many people, I don't know if anyone in the Blacklist heard the version that you did of, what's the song? From Kat Von D.
Oh, the Vanish.
Yeah, that was really cool. Maybe we can dig that back out for next week. Again, let me know, Blacklist, if you've heard our version of Vanish.
I'll have to find it.
It's been, played somewhere a few times, but never really, really out there.
Yeah.
It's a good song. That's a really good song.
It's a really nice song, that song. She's actually just put her album out, like last month. Finally. The album that's got that song on it.
Oh, right.
Came out last month. That song on its own was out like 2 years ago or something. But yeah, she's just put her album out.
That's so she's nearly as slow as us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, hey man, I blame COVID. Like, we would have been out a lot longer ago if it wasn't for COVID. It would have been in your hands by now.
I would, yeah. I'd like to think so. Anyway.
So it may be worth a reshare of Vanish at some point, because that was.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Is it on the YouTube?
It was on the YouTube. I think I put it to private because I didn't know if we were going to meddle with it. Nah, I don't think that. But I thought we might meddle with it and do some more with it and then put it back out there in the world. But I think we can always just reshare it as it is.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a tinkle with it in the week. Maybe we'll see how it goes. Blurry by Puddle of Mud. I actually quite like that song.
I've done acoustic cover of that in my last band. It was.
Have you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good tune, Blurry.
Isn't it Alanis Morissette song I quite like? I can't remember the name of it now off the top of my head though. It's quite slow and quite dark, but I think we could do.
I had to bite my tongue to make some comment about how ironic that is, but
yeah, it wasn't ironic, but it's I can't remember the name of the title. But it's just like quite slow and quite moody.
Is it the one on the end of the album?
I can't remember, man. I'd have to flick through the album what the title is. I'm really rubbish with some titles.
So Mandy Snowblood is saying "Dreams in Digital" by Orgy. Now I can honestly say I don't know that song.
No.
I've never heard, so I don't know what that sounds like.
or "Heaven Is a Place on Earth" by Belinda Carlisle.
Now, ooh, baby, you know what that's worth.
Dear God.
That's quite a good album. I don't mind that album, Belinda Carlisle.
What about "China in Your Hand" by Tapao? I reckon that could be rocked up to be something half decent.
I bet someone's already done that. One seems like some sort of low-hanging fruit.
A few good fist clenchers on that one. You push too hard.
Not bad show, it's good.
Quite funny. I think that would rock up quite nicely.
I agree.
I just have to. I'm going to have to Google "Orgy with Care," though. I feel, you know what I mean. It's not one of those search engine terms that you want to just. Now, George, you know what? I'm loving George tonight. He is on it. "Hold On" by Wilson Phillips. That would be immense.
I don't know who Wilson Phillips is.
You know that song?
I know that song. Yeah.
I don't think I know who that is. I'm sure I probably know the song, but I don't know who Wilson Phillips is. Should I?
Three Women.
Yeah.
Country-ish, isn't it?
It's very uplifting song, Will.
Okay.
Like literally, I think the lines are, "Someday somebody's going to turn around and make you cry.
Oh.
Till then, baby, you're going to let it hold you down," and something like that.
C. Scott loves it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's one of my favourites. Yeah, absolutely, it's good. I love Tapao. No idea how to spell it though. No, me, to be honest.
Tapao.
Tapao. I don't even know what that is either.
You don't remember "China in Your Hand"? Surely.
Oh yeah. China. Is that who did that? Is it?
So the band were called Tapao. I think it's T''Pau. I think, but I might be wrong.
Okay. Yes, I do know. Do that band.
Yeah. I do. I reckon. I've always been a fan of. Oh really? Okay. I'm pretty sure the bassist from Tapao lives down the road. There's a lot of roads on this stream though, George. So I don't know which road you mean. So I don't know where George lives, but I'm sure Will does. But I'm not trying to give out your address on live on the internet.
Yeah, I'll type it into the chat in a minute, mate.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. He's lived down the road. Wow, small world. Didn't you? Haven't you got the guy from Soil that lives near you, Will, or not that far?
Well, yeah. He's he lives in Chippenham Way because his wife has got a studio out there, tattoo studio. Yeah.
I remember Halo well. That was a banger for a few weeks.
Yeah, that's a good tune. A good album. Both their debut and second album were really strong, and then they cocked it up a little bit. When he went off to join Drowning Pool for no real reason.
Funny enough, I was just thinking about Drowning Pool with Bodies. That would be that's a song I've always really liked.
I'm a bit tired of hearing it, I must admit.
Yeah, every single Friday at the Beer Cellar in Bristol.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Friday nights at DJs.
Here we go.
What?
Nothing right.
It's just as soon as it starts, it's like you see all these big metalheads going, "Oh yeah, this is my song. And they're all making their way to the dance floor. I'm just like, I'll probably go and get a beer now, rather than get knocked on my ass.
Love a bit of Drowning Pool.
I love Spineshank. Height of Callousness is an immense album.
What did Spineshank do? Remind me. I remember
they did a single called Synthetic, which was awesome. Another single called New Disease. No, was it New Disease?
New Disease. That's the one. I knew them from somewhere. I love New Disease. That was an absolute banger.
Yeah.
That tune.
That's from the album Height of Callousness. That album's really good, really strong.
Nice.
Indeed, it is an awesome album.
Mandy Snowblood is agreeing with you massively here. Well.
Right. Well. We could keep chatting for a while, but half an hour's up and gone, as it seems to fly by. As I said, we'll probably call it around now, but next week, hopefully, we'll be in the same room. We can hopefully bring you an acoustic rendition of well, it's likely to be ghosts, let's face it. There's not much mystery there, based on the reaction this evening. Although we'll put something up in the Blacklist feed and people can...
Or maybe two. Maybe we'll do a couple, because, they're only 5 minutes long. So,
Yeah.
Maybe we put Buster. What's Five's biggest song? What was their single? I don't even know.
I don't know. Get on up when
know.
you're down, baby. Take a good
That's
look
probably it.
around. That's a good tune. When the rainy days are dying, gotta keep on trying. Yes.
Enough of
And then,
Right.
and then maybe something from Altars of Madness by Morbid Angel, maybe.
Yeah, well, we've got to even it up, yeah?
Yeah, maybe. Smack some of that in, why not?
Ghosts and
Or
Hold
go-
On. There we go.
Nice.
Sorted. Right, I'm going to call it. Time of death is 8:32 p.m. on this October 20th. So cheers, Lee. Cheers, Scott.
Cheers, everybody.
No worries, well. And, thank you ever so much for everyone for joining us again. We really do appreciate it. I know you don't have to be here on a Wednesday evening with us chatting about Five and Barbie Girl and vinyl and CD and all those things as well. And thank you, Kaz. Take care of yourself. And see you guys next week, hopefully with some live Black Lakes music.
Cheers, guys. Have a good evening.
Take care, all.